Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and of course, Drew Nation. Let's get right into it, shall we? You don't need any more problems. Focus on what's important and keep making progress because that's what counts. In the times we're in right now, or whatever time you're in, regardless of the time and place, you need to focus on what counts. That's it. Focus on what matters. So you have to count the cost of every move you make. You have to be real wise with your decision making. You have to take account of the cost of what you are going to decide to do in every moment. What's important to you? What matters to you? You need to know these things. They'll keep you grounded. They'll allow you to let things go. They'll let you really pay attention to the things you need to be paying attention to. But the last thing you need right now is problems. Problems are the last thing you need. Problems are exactly what they are. An issue that needs some solving, some resolving, some fixing. And that's why it's important to count the cost, because you already have things that need paying attention to. You already have things that you need to be focused on. And you already have things that possibly need fixing. Bringing more of that into your life just doesn't make sense. Focus on what's in front of you. What you're currently dealing with is already enough. You've got some plans to make. You've got some ideas to put in place. You have things you need to do. You have work that has to be done. A lot of us already divulge a lot of attention into other places already. A lot of our attention. Maybe you have a business that you're running, or maybe you just are running your life. You focus on yourself and what you're already currently dealing with, you're running your life. You focus on every single issue that comes your way, making a big deal out of it, causing a fuss about it, creating more problems for yourself, you're ruining your life. Now, if you're anything like me, and if you watch my channel, I know my videos touch you in a very special place, in your mind and in your heart, and in your spirit and your soul, and the fiber of your every being. You don't want any more problems to solve. You would rather run your life, not ruin your life. So you have to ask yourself, is this going to be a part of me running my life? Or is this going to be something that could potentially ruin my life? Count the costs. Make an observation. Analyze. Think for a second. This decision that I'm about to make, is it worth it? We may be in the heat of the moment. There may be something present happening that's very unfortunate. something that you wouldn't want to happen. But those few little seconds of you being intertwined with that moment, that there may be a problem or issue, you have to decide, I'm dealing with this issue right here. Turning it into something bigger than it is will only cause me more of a problem. It will only bring more problems to solve in my life. Now, if I let this go, if I let this slide, if I forget about it and just move on with my life, I might feel slighted. I might feel some type of way about it. I might feel shortchanged. I may feel like I didn't handle a situation the way I was supposed to. But sometimes you have to look at things from a bigger perspective, larger perspective, greater perspective. And you really have to see if this is going to benefit me over the long run. You may have lost the battle, but you're still working towards winning the war. You want to win wars. A little battle here, little battle there that may result in a loss is no big deal. Because number one, things are happening to you. I mean, things are happening for you, not just to you. So as you analyze and as you make your judgments and you rewire your thinking process and see things as happening for you as to teach you a lesson versus happening to you like it's something that is here to destroy you, because you're counting the costs and you're focusing on what's important and you're putting your priorities first over at anything and everything, even little petty instances, then that's someone running their life, making wise judgments, making wise decisions on their life and what they're doing with it. We wake up, we get granted another 24 hours, granted that we got granted that 24 hours, that God gave it to us, that we were blessed to experience another 24. It's best to do something with it that will alleviate your problems and that will remove them out of your life and that will put you in a better position to possibly not even have that problem. So think to yourself, this issue that just arose, is it going to be better if I entertain this and create a bigger problem? Or is it going to be better for me to let this go, continue to focus on myself, continue to be grateful for everything that I have, and continue to count my blessings? It's very important to count your blessings. It helps you count the cost of things. Is what you have, everything you work towards, everything you've put your position in to have currently up to this point, is it worth it to get into something and possibly lose all that you've gained? That's what counting the cost is for. You calculate how much you're going to lose versus what you're going to gain from this situation that you might possibly be in. And that's why you don't need any more problems. That's why it's important to focus on what's important and also to keep making progress, because that's what counts. Most people will have a whole year of problems they've entertained, things they've made bigger, small, petty things they've turned into large issues because they couldn't just let it go. And I've been there, trust and believe. But as you gain more wisdom and experience, you see it's best to let things go, because what is it really going to do for you? Where is it really going to take you? How is it going to help you grow? The real growth is in self-mastery. The real growth is in keeping your peace, staying calm, and allowing life to just move on and flow. That's where real understanding takes place. And you got to have understanding too. Understanding plays a huge role in this. Being empathetic towards others, being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. So that way it's not just me, all about me, what's happening to me. And we all live in a universe with other people, and we're all connected. So it's best to have empathy. It's best to see things happening for you instead of happening to you. If you view things as happening for you, even if others are involved, you're going to be empathetic. You're going to be able to look at the big picture and see the grand scheme of things, because it's not just you. It's not just us. We care about ourselves. We love ourselves. We put ourselves first. But it's bigger than just us. And we have to realize that there are others involved. And when you come to the realization that it's bigger than just yourself, it humbles you. And it allows you to focus on what's important. Others may be going through things. People may have some things on their mind. You never know if somebody's dealing with something or not. So it's best to take things with a grain of salt, because you don't need any more problems. You want to be a positive force, a light force. You want to be able to continue to work towards things that matter to you, things that are important to you, things that you should be focused on. And when you take the time to entertain other things, you take your focus off of what's important. And that time cannot be that time cannot be retrieved. Once time is gone, it's out of here forever. So you have to look back at the years of your life and see if you're not where you want to be, what you've done with your time, how you've handled certain situations, and what you can do differently, so that way you can continue to make progress. There are a lot of things that stop progress. Progress stoppers, progress blockers, progress choppers, just chopping up all the progress you made. And that's paying attention to things that really shouldn't matter, that really don't matter, that really aren't important in the grand scheme of things. It takes a lot of understanding, and it takes a lot of focus to achieve a state like this, but it's possible. And what will motivate you to do it is not wanting to keep starting over, even though sometimes you have to keep going from place to place. So if you can, if it's possible for you to do so, you're going to want to let things go and avoid as many problems as possible. Avoid any negative situations, because you already have to take in account that you're dealing with life. Everyone that's alive, even though it's a blessing, life has its things that come with it, good and bad. And it's good to condition yourself to be prepared for to be prepared for things mentally when as they arise and as they happen. Still expect the best and still focus on the best has yet to come for yourself. But focusing on problems that if you were to not focus on them, they would just fade away and go away. That's something that you can let go. Things that won't matter tomorrow, next week, next month, let it go right now. Save yourself the trouble. Save yourself the mental energy. Save yourself from the stress. That's all it's going to do. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Redirect your focus. Redirect your attention so you can redirect the way your energy is flowing, where it's flowing to. And also, what's important to you should mean a lot. It should mean so much that you don't take your mind off of it. What people don't realize is that when you entertain a lot of problems and you get sucked in to a lot of negativity, you are fascinated with those things. What you are fascinated, you become. What you are fascinated, you bring into your experience. What you are fascinated, you create for yourself. So you have to really ask yourself, is this worth me taking my focus and my attention off of what matters most to me, off what's important to me, off what I should be fascinated with so I could bring it into my experience versus this issue that I could just let go and it would just fade away. It's nothing too serious, nothing too disastrous. Why not just move on from it? And not only move on from it, move on to something better. Move on to something that's going to sweep away the bitterness, wash away the toxic energy, wash away the bad vibes, because you don't need any more problems. Who needs those? You need to be solving the ones you already have, because people underestimate the amount of brain power it takes to deal with problems and issues. You only have so much energy that you should want to put forth toward things that don't really matter. You should be wanting to save all that energy for the things that require most of your energy throughout the day. Taking care of your business, handling your business, keeping your mind where it's supposed to be at, making sure that you stay on track, because that's what counts. And that's why you have to count the cost. At what cost would this be a good idea for me to entertain this issue? There are plenty of issues that life will present to you, but it's best for you to focus on the ones that you have change over, the ones that you can have the power to change, which is the ones that will help you make the most progress. Progress should be something that is very important to you, because if you're not making any, it means you're staying stuck. And staying stuck is not good. Staying stuck, no motion, no movement, stagnation. Water that stays stuck and has nowhere to flow goes bad. It stinks. It's going to be filled with bacteria. Drink it, you might die. You want the water that flows. When water flows across rocks, the minerals in the rocks clean the water that goes downstream. Water going downstream is safe to drink. Water that's stagnant, that's not moving, that's not forever flowing, becomes dirty, mucky, filled with bacteria, of no use to anyone. But bacteria organisms. And you want yourself to be as worth as much to you as you possibly can. But you're of no worth or of no value to yourself when you are focused on nothing but problems. And when you are focused on nothing but problems, that means you have a slight fascination with negativity, drama, arguing back and forth, engaging into negative energy. And all that needs to take place is for you to switch it, what your fascination up. Choose something else to be fascinated with. Choose something else to focus on. What you're fascinated with will be fascinated with you. So lose the fascination of getting into negativity with others. Lose the fascination of always having to give somebody a response. Lose the fascination of always having to get into it with someone because they're trying to get into it with you. Energy that you're using and wasting that could be more properly, more efficiently used for better things, for greater things. Cultivating peace for you, cultivating less stress for you, cultivating a better mindset for you, cultivating a better life, a better reality, more of the things that you enjoy. That's where your fascination should lie. You should be so focused and so geared towards what you want that the little things in life that come up or that come across your mental screen, you can ignore. And that's what counting the cost is for. Is this something that I need to be focused on or paying attention to? Is my focus on this particular thing? Is me paying attention to this particular thing going to help me make progress in any way? Most likely it won't. Most likely it's not. Positive thinking should lead to positive action and positive results. If positive thinking does not lead to positive action and positive results, you already know the answer to this before I could even finish it. It's not positive thinking. It's more than to say, I think positive. It's more than even to think you think positive. It's more to it than that. If your positive thinking isn't leading you to take positive action that leads to a positive result, it's not positive thinking, no matter how positive you think it is, or no matter how positive you feel. And that's why you don't need any more problems to focus on, because it's going to rob you of that positive thinking and those positive actions and those positive results. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. You focus on things that aren't positive, you're going to become negative because that's where your energy is going to lead you. Problems are a part of life. And the more you can solve them, the more money you can make for yourself. The richest people are some of the people who solve some of life's most difficult problems, or just problems in general. Maybe they're difficult, maybe they're not. But I tell you what, rich people have solutions to that people need answers to, which allows them to create a business or some type of wealth for themselves. So instead of creating more problems, unless this problem that surfaces can make you some money by solving it, or it's something that you need to solve in order to progress. If it's something that will help you reach progress, by all means, by any means, every mean, solve that. But if it's something that is not going to improve you in any way, let God handle it. Not everything is meant for our understanding. Sometimes we have to understand that not everything is meant for us to understand. Some things are just meant to happen and just to forget and let fade away and just let move on and to the universe and just, keep floating on. That's the past. You want to be where? In the present, where life is forever moving and forever flowing, and where the energy is good and positive. and you can focus and think clearly. So in life, there's never going to be a problem-free existence, but you get to choose which ones you let go, which is great. You get to choose which ones you entertain, which is great. It's a lot of positive things that come with this. This is where free will comes into existence, comes into play. You have the free will to choose what you want to do with your life. Choose to make progress, not pettiness. You want to be as light as a feather. All right. You want to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You want to be wise and you want to be on the righteous side of things. Not everything needs to be made into a big deal. Yes, it happened to you. It shouldn't have happened to you. It might have been someone that did you wrong. It might have been some wrong that just happened, something that shouldn't have happened. It wasn't right. Getting over things, making yourself get over things, allowing yourself to get over things is going to work well for you, because you're going to be able to get straight to the point. You're going to be able to get right to the money. You're going to be able to get right to the success. And when I say money, there's more than just physical paper dollars. There's money and peace. Oh, there's money and peace. Peace of mind is priceless. Without it, you're lifeless. Shout out to Slim Thug. Peace of mind is priceless. Without it, you're lifeless. You are lifeless without peace of mind. And if this problem is not going to get you anywhere but out of a mental state of peace of mind, why entertain it? People will argue and get into certain quarrels and and dive into certain things they had no business diving into, instead of just letting it go and wonder why they got all this stress and why things are the way they are. Not everything needs to be addressed. Not everything needs to be made into a big deal. Some things you can just let go and move on from, and not only move on from it, move on to something better. And you definitely want to move on to something better. You want to solve problems that will make money for you. That's the only problems you should entertain. How to make my life better, how to get more money in my bank account, how to get closer to God, how to get my life more richer in the sense of life, not just with money. If you watch my channel, you already know you're rich. You already know you're rich with thought processes, ideas, concepts. You're rich forever. Oh, like Rick Ross. No, I had to do it. You're rich forever. And you're wealthy. And wealthy people don't get into a lot of negativity, some of them. The ones that are focused. And that's what you are, a wealthy, focused individual. Put it in the comments down below. I'm wealthy and I'm focused. And I'm making progress. Because that's what counts. Count the cost before you get into an argument, before you lose your cool, before you end up turning something into something that didn't need to be turned into anything at all. You got to move smart, move wisely, and make good decisions from where you're at this very moment. Do what's best for you. Not just what's best for your mood, not just what's best for your ego, what's best for you overall, your person, your mind, your body, your spirit. You got to take care of all those. So choose wisely and be smart, because some things just aren't worth it. If something's not worth it, let it go. It may not be easy. I'm not saying this is going to be easy. This is probably going to be one of the hardest things you've ever had to do. probably is one of the hardest things you'll ever have to do. But if you can achieve this, this is a part of your mind that will make you untouchable. If you can achieve this, if you can master this, people will more than likely leave you alone, because they'll see that they can't get anything out of you. People only go back to, if you were shopping at a store and you couldn't buy nothing from there, would you go back? No. People only go back to places where they continue to get things from. People don't continue to go where there's nothing at. Well, there's nothing there. Why would I keep going there? People do things to get things. People go places to bring something back. They go to you for this or that, and they can't get anything out of you. They're not going to keep coming back. And this isn't easy, but you can work on yourself to let some things go, so that way you don't create more problems for yourself. And being the bigger person is just a part of what we have to do. It's a part of what you have to do. Certain things don't need to be addressed. You just let them go and you keep moving. Because in certain aspects of life, that's what time it may be, to let something go and keep it moving. As long as you're making progress, and as long as that is not something you're always going to have to deal with, so what? Don't make a big deal out of everything. You know, some people have had a lot of issues early on in life, and they may not have known this. But what I've learned about it is, however you handle certain things, and if you have had drama-oriented people or drama-oriented situations in life, dealing with certain toxic individuals or dealing with certain situations where problems get made into bigger things, a person's mind gets addicted to the chemicals released from the arguments. People will actually become addicted to toxic people because it's familiar to them, the type of treatment. All right. And you know, the brain loves familiarity. The brain doesn't like to try to experience something new. It brings about a sensation of fear, like riding your bike for the first time. You want to do it, you're afraid, but you start to do it. Now you lose your fear and you're good. So allow your mind to not be addicted to this type of thinking anymore. Because yes, people may have done us wrong. Yes, we may have been in toxic environments, but we're still accountable and responsible for how our mind works. Because if we don't want others controlling our mind, we have to do it ourselves. If we have problems with people trying to control us, somebody's got to control us, and it's not going to be anything outside of us. It's going to be us. Create positivity for yourself, not problems. Create peace for yourself, not problems. If there's a problem and it arises, make peace out of it. That's what wise men do. They see a situation, they use their understanding, they make wise judgment, and they create peace. Use your wisdom and your understanding and the knowledge you have to take a bad situation and make a better one. I saw on video the other day, there was a man that took somebody else's spot. They were street performers. This man walked up to this young guy and was just taking his money and throwing it and kicking his stuff. And the young man didn't react, solved the problem with peace, approached him and was like, hey, I didn't know this was your spot. And if I did, I apologize, but there's enough space for us both. So now the one guy was doing his little pantomime or his little tap dance, and the other guy was playing his music. So you telling me someone that tap dances and someone that plays music and are both street performers can't create a little vibe together? Well, guess what? They did, because the one person was wise enough to use their knowledge and was able to understand that this person's just trying to eat too. This person's just trying to do whatever too. In some instances, I know where this type of reasoning can't take place because people want to be extremely difficult. But you're supposed to. The Bible says you're supposed to try to reason with people, and you should try to reason instead of trying to cause problems. You should reason and have understanding and use your wisdom and your knowledge instead of trying to create a bigger problem. Try to find a solution out of the problem. Yes, it's a problem. Yes, people's adrenaline is up. Yeah, somebody is not liking something that's being done. But what you have to do is you have to be able to reason and come to a level of understanding. So that way you could at least stay on the righteous path and do your part and keep your demons at bay and keep negativity at bay and have control over yourself and have social skills, have leadership skills, and keep yourself in order and stay within the divine order. Because when you stay in order, it's going to bring more order into your life. You bring more chaos into your life, things will get more chaotic. That's pretty much all I have to say for this video. All right. Um, Continue to stay positive, continue to focus on what's important, continue to keep making progress, because that's what counts. Anything other than that, don't count it. Let it go. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the chosen vessels. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Shout out to the GCVs, the Galactic Family, and Druuill Nation. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video. I know I already said that twice, but forgive me. It is what it is. I'll see y'all in the next one. We out. Peace.